Hi friends, today we will see what results you can expect if your fifth lord is in certain houses of your birth chart. We will see today the results that you can expect if the fifth lord is in the 7th house, 8th house, 9th house, 10th house, 11th house or 12th house of your birth chart. Friends, the timestamps will be there in the video description, so you can follow your definite timestamp according to the house in which your fifth lord is placed. So friends, do subscribe to this channel and share this video. Now friends, we will see what results the fifth lord. Friends, which planet is called the fifth lord? You all know that the zodiac sign which the fifth house of your birth chart rules, that zodiac sign is lorded by a particular planet. Yes, the lord of that zodiac sign, yes, is called the lord of the fifth house. So friends, say if your fifth house is ruled by Aquarius, then the lord of your fifth house is Saturn. So you need to see where the planet Saturn is placed in your birth chart. Now friends, what results you can expect if the fifth lord is in the 7th house? We will begin from there now. But before that friends, I would quickly like to tell you what the fifth house is about. The fifth house is actually the house of your education. Yes, especially high school education and college education is seen from the fifth house. So it is the house of education, knowledge, intellect. Fifth house is the house of love and romance and romantic relationships. Fifth house is the house of speculation or any kind of speculative business like gambling or sports betting or stock market and shares. Fifth house is actually the house of your Purva Punya, that is the past life credit or the good deeds of your past life. It is also the house of Purva Sadhana, that is, if you look at the fifth house, the zodiac sign that is ruling the fifth house or the planet which is sitting there, you will definitely come to know which lord or deity you are actually connected with, yes, spiritually. So you will come to know that the deity or the god or goddess that you're connected with, that indication is also there in the fifth house. Friends, the fifth house is the house of entertainment, obviously. It is the house of creativity. It is the house of your creative skills. If you have any kind of creative skills, yes, creative talent, that is seen from the fifth house, because the fifth house is third from the third house. The third house is the house of skills. So the fifth house is also the house of your artistic talent, your creative power, creative skills. Now friends, fifth house is also ninth from the ninth house. So you can say that fifth house is also, according to the concept of Bhavat Bhavam in Vedic Jyotish, because fifth house is ninth from the ninth house, it is also the house of your fortune. Yes, it is also the house of worship. So it is also the house of prosperity, name, fame and prosperity. It is the house of your fortune as well, because it is ninth from the ninth house. It's a very auspicious house. Friends, it is one of the most important houses in the Dharma trine. Yes, it is a trinal house. It is called a Dharma Trikon house. So it is a very auspicious house. The natural significator of the fifth house in the chart of the cosmic man is Jupiter. So it is the house of your faith and worship and prosperity and even fortune. And the natural lord of the fifth house is Sun, because in the natural zodiac, the sign Leo is there in the fifth house. So Sun is the natural lord of the fifth house. So your name, fame in society, yes, your public image, that is also seen from the 5th house. So, friend, that is why 5th house is the house of love. Spiritual love is also seen, because Sun is the natural lord of the 5th house. Spiritual love, spiritual bond and spiritual connection, that is also seen from the 5th house. So friends, now let us go to the results that your 5th lord will give you if it is placed in the 7th house. You know that your 5th lord is, the lord of your 5th house. That means you have to look at the zodiac sign. If say you have Virgo, if the sign Virgo rules your 5th house, then the lord of your 5th house is Mercury. Then you have to see in which house Mercury is placed. So because Mercury will be your 5th lord if the sign of Virgo is there. So similarly, so friends, now if your 5th lord is in the 7th house, then what kind of results you can expect? 7th house is the house of marriage. 7th house is the house of marital relationship. According to the concept of Bhavat Bhavam, 7th house is 10th from the 10th house. So 7th house is also the house of your profession or business. Yes, that is why any kind of business partnership, that is also represented by the 7th house. The 1st house is the house of yourself. The 7th house is the house of the society or the world at large. So your public image, that is also seen from the 7th house. How you stand before the world, how you interact with the world, what is your public image, that also we see from the 7th house. So friends, 7th house we know is the house of spouse also. Now, if the 5th lord is in the 7th house, then there is a very strong indication that, the romantic relationship that you are in, that is going to turn into marriage. That is, you are eventually going to marry your loved one. If you are in a romantic relationship with someone, then eventually that relationship is going to turn into your marriage, because 5th lord in the 7th house. That is one big possibility. However, for the confirmation of this event, you also need to look at the Navamsha chart. The Navamsha chart is very important for marriage. Now friends, what else you can say? Oh, I forgot to mention one very important thing. 5th house is the house of your child or children. So it is the house of your child. Now friends, 5th lord in the 7th house. That means your child may be into some kind of business in the near future. Your child may be into some kind of business in the near future. That also we can say. Or you can say, friends, 5th lord in the 7th house. This is also a sort of Raj Yoga, because the 5th lord is the lord of a Trikon house. The lord of a trinal house is sitting in a Kendra house. So it is a kind of Raj Yoga, because the lord of a Trikon house or a trinal house is in a Kendra house. So it is a sort of Raj Yoga. Now friends, what else we can say? That you will be able, if the 5th lord is in the 7th house, you will be able to express your creativity in your business, in your profession, because 7th house is also the house of your independent business or partnership business or even your profession. So you will be able to express your creativity in your professional sphere, or in the field of your career. Or we can say that you will be able to make use of your knowledge, make use of the knowledge that you have to establish yourself in the world and to earn a position for yourself in the society. You'll be able to make use of your knowledge and your creative skills and your artistic talents to establish yourself in the world and to earn a certain public image or a certain social image. So you can do that if the 5th lord is in the 7th house. Then friends, what else we can say? This the lord of a Trikona house is in a Kendra house. So that is, if the fifth lord is not afflicted, if it is in good dignity in the 7th house, then definitely it is a very good position for the fifth lord. Also friends, we can say that after the birth of your child, yes, you will be able to, establish yourself in society. After the birth of your child, there will be an enhancement or upgradation in your profession, in your reputation in society. Your social reputation will, become better. Yes, your public image will improve after the birth of your first child. That also we can say, because the fifth lord is in the 7th house. Then friends, what else we can say if the fifth lord is in the 7th house? That, friends, fifth lord, the house is the house of your education. Fifth house is the house of your education, your knowledge, your intellect. It is the house of your creative skills. So you will be able to express yourself very creatively. Yes, when you are engaged in your profession or in your business, in your independent business, there you'll be able to express yourself very creatively and make use of your knowledge. Yes, and definitely because the fifth lord is in the 7th house, so you will definitely love your spouse or life partner, because the fifth lord is in the 7th house of marriage. So you will have a lot of love and affection, a lot of love and affection, yes, for your life partner or spouse. That also we can say. Now friends, in case the fifth lord is afflicted, say it is under any kind of malefic influence, then what will happen? Then your intellect, yes, even you can say your intelligence, your intellect, your knowledge, now that lord is in the 7th house, and if that lord is afflicted, what will happen? Then because of your way of thinking may even hamper your marital relationship, because if the fifth lord is afflicted, then you will not be able to use your intellect, use your knowledge in a proper way, and you may not be able to use your knowledge or use your skills in a better way, in a proper way, and you may misuse the knowledge that you have, and it may even ruin the relationship with your life partner, or it may ruin the relationship with your business partner, or it may even your public image may be tarnished, because if you misuse your intellect, if you misuse the knowledge that you have, if you do not know how to make use of it, if you do not know how to make use of the creative skills or the creative talent that you have, if you do not know how to use that, friends, then you will not be able to prosper in the field of your profession, and you will not be able to establish yourself in a nice way. You won't be able to establish yourself in society. There will be difficulty. Your public image or your social image may get tarnished. Yes, because if you're not in a position to use your knowledge in a proper way, then such a situation may arise. So friends, what should you do if your fifth lord is afflicted somehow? Then you should do the Bij mantra of the fifth lord. Look at the planet which is your fifth lord. Do the Bij mantra for that planet, and also do the Bij mantra of that particular planet which is afflicting your fifth lord. Say if it is Rahu or Ketu or whichever planet, if any planet is trying to afflict your fifth lord, then do the Bij mantra of that planet as well. Now friends, if you are wondering what a Bij mantra is, a Bij mantra is a mantra. It's a sort of incantation, a very holy and divine incantation, yes, which is done so that you need to chant this mantra so that that particular planet gives you good results, so that your fifth lord becomes stronger. And if a malefic planet is trying to harm your fifth lord, then that planet also will become weaker if you chant the mantra. So the mantra is very powerful, friends. And by the way, the fifth house is also the house of mantra. It is the house of all kinds of holy mantras and incantations. So you need to chant the mantra of that planet which is your fifth lord, and also the planet which is afflicting your fifth lord. You do these remedies, then definitely fifth lord in the seventh house will give you good results. Now friends, let us move on to the next house. What will happen if the fifth lord is in the eighth house? Fifth house is the house of creativity. So maybe you will be very creative in your sexual life, because eighth house is also the house of sex, and it is also the life after marriage, eighth house. So the person may be very creative in his in maintaining a certain relationship with his spouse. So in that sphere, I mean in that close relationship that he shares with his spouse, he might be very creative, and he might love also, because fifth house is the house of love and romance. So the native may love the physical or sexual relationship that he has with his spouse or life partner. So definitely the relationship which he shares, the physical relationship which he shares with his partner, the native will definitely love that. That also we can say. Then friends, fifth lord in the eighth house. You will also, friends, maybe through your joint assets after marriage, or through any kind of family inheritance, your name, fame and prosperity will rise in society. Yes, you will earn name, fame and prosperity because of the joint assets, or because of some family inheritance. Or maybe suddenly you may get some lottery, or maybe suddenly you may earn some wealth from a lot of money you may earn maybe from some investment in the stock market, and suddenly you might gain a lot of money, and there'll be a rise in the level of your prosperity, and you may become very prosperous. That also may happen, because fifth house we know is the house of name, fame and prosperity as well. Then friends, what else we can say? If the fifth lord is in the eighth house, that your children may have to encounter some kind of obstacles. Yes, your child may have to encounter some problems in life, because eighth house is the house of problems, of troubles, yes, of trials and tribulations and adversities and obstacles, even sorrow, diseases. So your child may have to encounter any of these negative things which are also associated with the eighth lord. Yes friends. Now fifth lord in the eighth house, that is a very good placement for learning and for learning astrology, and for becoming an astrologer, for going into any kind of occult sciences, for learning or for mastering any kind of occult field of knowledge. Yes, it's very good for acquiring occult knowledge, like astrology or tarot card reading. That is a very good placement, because fifth lord now is in the eighth house. Fifth house is also the house of healing, friends, house of healing. So you can heal people with the help of your occult knowledge. You can acquire education, you can acquire knowledge in the field of occult sciences. Yes, you can also gain name, fame and prosperity if you're in the occult field, if you're trying to acquire some occult knowledge. So that can happen. Or if you are not just occult knowledge, but you can do well if you're associated with any kind of eighth house matter. If you're a detective, if you're a spy, if you're working for some secret agency, if you're into insurance, if you're into underground mining, if you're into any kind of research, technology, if you're into any kind of whatever is associated, if you're into surgery, if you're into if you're a surgeon, whatever is associated with the 8th house, if your profession is linked to that, taxation department, if your profession is linked to any of these matters, then definitely you will be able to attain name, fame and prosperity in life. So because you're using the 8th house energy in a positive way, then you can definitely do well. Yes friends, and you can definitely prosper in life if you are using the 8th house energy, yes, in a constructive way. So friends, all these things we can say. If the 5th lord is in the 5th house is the house of love, so you will also love the 8th house matters. You will love mystery, you will love secrecy, yes. You will love to research, you will love to go deep into any matter, you will love to get to the root of any problem, you will love to analyze things, because 5th lord is in the 8th house. So then you should definitely see to it that your profession or career is somehow connected to 8th house matter. If that will happen friends, then it will be very good for you. You'll be using the energy of 8th house in a wonderful way, and that will give you wonderful results in the near future, and you will be able to establish yourself in society, and you will be able to earn name, fame and reputation in society. Yes, if you do that, if you use the 8th house energy in a positive way friends, in order to acquire knowledge, yes, if you use that, it will give you very good results. Now friends, what else I can say? 5th lord in the 8th house. So friends, all these things we can say. If the 5th lord is in the 8th house, now supposing say the 5th lord is in the 8th house, and say the 5th lord is again already 5th lord is in the 8th house. If you're using the 8th house energy, well and good. Otherwise, again I said 5th lord, 5th lord is also somehow connected to your child, yes. So then your child may have to encounter problems. So friends, what you should do, if you're using the 8th house energy, fine. Otherwise you need to do the Bij mantra of the 5th lord. And in any case, if the 5th lord is afflicted, if it gets even more afflicted in the 8th house, then also you need to do the Bij mantra and of the 5th lord, and the planet which is afflicting the 5th lord, you need to do the Bij mantra of that planet as well. So friends, then definitely, even if the 5th lord is in the 8th house, you will get good results. Okay, it's very good friends, as I told you, for occult sciences, for going into occult knowledge, for any kind of matter that is connected to the 8th house, for any kind of research work, for technology, it is very good. Now friends, let us go to the next house. That is, if the 5th lord is in the 9th house, what will happen? If the 5th lord is in the 9th house, friends, that is again very good, because 9th house is also a trikon house, a trinal house. 5th house is a trinal house. So 5th lord is sitting in the 9th house. So, sorry friends, one thing I forgot to mention. 5th house is the house of mantra. 8th house is also the house of deep meditation. So if the 5th lord is in the 8th house, then you can use, you can chant the mantra, and that mantra will give you power to, do any kind of deep meditation successfully. You can be engaged in any kind of astral travel or deep meditation by using mantras, by using the power of mantras. You can do that if the 5th lord is in the 8th house. Means it is good for following a spiritual path if the 5th lord is in the 8th house. Now friends, if the 5th lord is in the 9th house, what else we can say? If the 5th lord is in the 9th house, then it's very good. 9th house is the house of spiritual knowledge. So the mantra, 5th house is the house of mantra. Say you chant the mantra of the deity you worship. Then if you keep chanting that mantra, it will enable you to attain spiritual knowledge, because 5th lord is in the 9th house. Yes. So, and also 5th lord in the 9th house, so you definitely love your father a lot. Yes, you have a lot of love and affection for your father, because 5th lord is in the 9th house of father. You will also be a devout worshipper of God. You will be a believer of God. You will believe in God. You will believe in the Almighty. Yes, and you will worship the Almighty. If the fifth Lord is in the ninth house, in good dignity, that also we can say. And friends, we can also say that because of your knowledge, you will attain good fortune. Yes, because of the knowledge that you have, you are going to attain good fortune in life. That also we can say if the fifth Lord is in the ninth house. Then friends, what else we can say if the fifth Lord is in the ninth house? If the fifth Lord is in the ninth house, we can say that you will attain good fortune. But in case the fifth Lord is afflicted, then there will be a delay in attaining good fortune, friends. If the fifth Lord is afflicted, then there will be obstacles on your path. You won't be able to attain good fortune. Yes, if the fifth Lord is afflicted, then you need to do the mantra, the Bij mantra of the fifth Lord, and also the planet which is afflicting the fifth Lord. Yes, the planet which is afflicting the fifth Lord, which is placed in the ninth house. So you have to do the mantra of those planets, so that the fifth Lord in the ninth house can give you good results. Otherwise, it is a very good placement. Fifth Lord in the ninth house is a wonderful placement, friends. Like ninth house is the house of your duty. Yes, so friends, you will also love to be dutiful, because fifth house is the house of love. So you will love your duty, whatever duty you need to shoulder towards your family. Yes, towards your profession, you will love your duty. Yes, you will love to pray to God. You will love to worship God. You will love your father. So all these things, and your fortune also will definitely, you will attain good fortune in due course of time in life, with the help of your knowledge, with the help of your creative skills, with the help of your artistic talent. You will be able to attain good fortune. And also, friends, we can say that after the birth of your first child, yes, fifth Lord in the ninth house, after the birth of your first child, your fortune will smile upon you. If the fifth Lord is sitting in the ninth house, and if it is more or less in good dignity, then after the birth of your first child, you will attain good fortune. You will become fortunate in life after the birth of your child. That also we can say. Now friends, let us go to the next house. If the fifth Lord is in the 10th house, 10th house is the house of, authority, power. Even 10th house is also the house of your public image, your profession, your career, your karma. Yes. So if the fifth Lord is in the 10th house, then friends, you will be able to use your knowledge, in the field of your profession. You will be able to use your knowledge, to prosper in your career. Yes, your knowledge will be used in your career, in your business, in your profession. Whatever knowledge, whatever artistic talent, whatever creative skills you have, you will use that in your professional sphere. Yes, you will use that positively if the fifth Lord is in good dignity in the 10th house. And that will enable you to attain name, fame, and prosperity in the near future, because 10th house also shows the kind of social recognition that we receive in this lifetime. So you will be able to attain social recognition. You'll be able to attain a good name and in society, and because of your skills, because of your knowledge, because you have used that in the field of your profession. Yes, so that will enable you to establish yourself in a better way in society. That also we can say if the fifth Lord is in the 10th house. 10th house is the house of your karma, house of your profession. Again friends, if the fifth Lord is afflicted in the 10th house, then you need to do the Bij mantra of the fifth Lord and also of the planet which is trying to afflict the fifth Lord, which is placed in the 10th house. You need to do the mantra for these two planets as well. Now friends, fifth Lord in the 10th house. So definitely this is also a sort of Raj Yoga, because the fifth Lord, the fifth house is a Dharma Trikona house. So the Lord of a Trikona house is in a Kendra house. 10th house is a Kendra house. So this is also a kind of Raj Yoga. Yes, Lord of a Kendra, Lord of a Trikona house or Trinal house is in a Kendra house. So definitely, if you try to use your knowledge, your creative skills, yes, if you try to use that in a positive way in your professional life, you will definitely get good results. And it will also enable you to maintain good relationship with all superiors, because 10th house is the house of authority, of power. Yes, people who are in power, yes, 10th house shows even those people. That is why 10th house also is connected to, yes, the power that our father exercises, yes, on us, the power that our father has. Our father always is a figure who is who is associated with power. Yes, so if the 5th lord is in good dignity in the 10th house, then definitely you will respect all figures of authority. But if the 5th lord is not in good dignity, friends, then what will happen? Say the 5th lord is in the 10th house, okay, and it is not in very good dignity, then we can say that you may have some kind of conflict with figures of authority, even with your father. You have to see your 5th lord is in which zodiac sign. That is also important. Yes, the lord of your 5th house is in which zodiac sign. If it is in a friendly zodiac sign, it's good. If it is in a sign which is not friendly, so you have to look at the dignity of the 5th lord also. If it is not in good dignity in the 10th house, then you may enter into some conflict with figures of authority. It may happen, and that may hamper your professional life as well. So friends, that is why you need to be careful. If the 5th lord is in the 10th house, then you need to respect all those people who are superior to you in position. Because friends, anyway we know that sun is the natural lord of the 5th house. Sun is the natural lord, and sun signifies our father and all superiors. So you need to respect your father, you need to respect all your superiors. Then definitely the 5th lord also will give you, whoever is the 5th lord in your chart will give you good results. Because friends, we cannot forget the chart of the Kalpurush. We cannot forget the natural zodiac. In the natural zodiac, sun is the lord of the 5th house. So you need to make your sun strong. Then if 5th lord is in the 10th house, you will definitely get good results. Now friends, let us go to what will happen if the 5th lord is in the 11th house. If the 5th lord is in the 11th house, this shows that it is a very good placement. It shows that because of your knowledge, because of the artistic talent that you have, or any kind of creative power that you have, because of that you are going to gain in life. You are going to, there's going to be a rise in your income because of your artistic talent, because of your creative skills, because of your knowledge. Your income is going to rise, is going to escalate. Then because of that, what will happen, friends? You're going to also gain in your interpersonal relationships. 11th house is the house of all kinds of gains, not just money, but all kinds of gains. The gain of friendship, yes, getting support of the people in your social circle. All those things are also seen from the 11th house. It is the house of organizations. It is the house of your social circle. So you may benefit from your social circle, you may benefit from your friendships, you may benefit from your elder siblings. All these things will happen if the 5th lord is in good dignity in the 11th house. Yes, you'll be able to make use of your knowledge, You'll be able to make use of your skills and your talent to attain all kinds of gains in life. But friends, if the fifth lord is afflicted in the 11th house, then friends, from the 11th house, suppose the fifth lord is sitting in the 11th house, from there the fifth lord is directly looking at the fifth house of your child. So if the fifth lord is not in good dignity in the 11th house, if it is somehow afflicted, then it will definitely cause some harm to your child. It may cause, because it is directly aspecting the house of your child, that is the fifth house. It may harm your child. It may harm, it may it may hamper the name, fame and reputation that you have in society. Yes, it may also it may be a threat to your social reputation and your prosperity. It may be a threat to that if the fifth lord is afflicted in the 11th house. So friends, what you need to do is you need to do the Bij mantra of the fifth lord and also the planet which is afflicting the fifth lord, which is placed in the 11th house. So if there is any planet, any malefic planet which is trying to afflict the fifth, or which is afflicting the fifth lord, or which is casting any kind of malefic influence, then you need to do the Bij mantra of that planet as well. And also along with that, as I told you, you need to do the mantra of the fifth lord. Now friends, finally let us go to what will happen, the last placement, that is if the fifth lord is in the 12th house, then what kind of results you can expect. Friends, if the fifth lord is in the 12th house represents everything that is foreign culture, foreign place. So there is a very strong indication, foreign people, anything that is foreign, anything which does not belong to your native place, to the place where you were born, that is the 12th house. So if the fifth lord is in the 12th house, that means you will definitely love everything that is foreign. You will have a lot of love for foreign cultures, foreign languages, foreign people, yes, foreign religions which are different. So I've seen if fifth lord is in the 12th house, then and if it is in good dignity, the native will respect all the religions. He will respect all religions, all languages, all communities of the world. Yes, and also friends, fifth house is the house of mantra, 12th house is the house of spirituality. So if the fifth lord is in the 12th house, you can use your mantra, you can chant that divine holy mantra that you believe in. Maybe some guru had given you, or maybe you want to do that mantra because you feel that, why you do a particular mantra, friends? Because you feel that you're connected to a particular deity or god. Yes, and that particular god, it may be connected to the planet which is there in your fifth house, or maybe to your fifth lord. So you would like to do the mantra of that particular lord. Yes, then friends, what will happen? Because friends, every planet is connected to a deity. We know that. Yes, so you would love to do the mantra of that deity. Yes, especially the mantra maybe of the fifth lord. Then that will, if you go on doing it, yes friends, if you go on doing it, if you go on meditating upon that mantra, you will be able to attain spirituality. You'll be able to attain spiritual liberation. You'll be able to move towards spirituality. That is a very good placement, friends, if you look at it that way. If you want to follow a spiritual path in life, then fifth lord in the 12th house, that is a wonderful placement. Otherwise, friends, if you are very materialistic, if you don't believe in spirituality, friends, spirituality also involves donation, charity. If you're helping others out, if you're being kind to the poor and needy, to the unprivileged, Yes, friends, now we know we are all going through this, pandemic, and this is the post-COVID situation that we are all in. So we need to be charitable towards others. We need to do whatever we can to help others. That is so important, friends, and that is so important today than it was ever maybe earlier in history. So friends, we all need to be very charitable. So if you believe in charity, yes, if you believe in helping people in some way, in whatever way you can, then friends, definitely if the fifth lord is in the 12th house, you will get good results. The spiritual bent of mind, this because you believe in charity, you believe in spirituality, you believe in helping others, so that will enable you to attain prosperity in life in future, because you will receive divine blessings, and because of that eventually you will attain prosperity in life. But friends, if you're very materialistic, if you're not at all bothered about others, about the unprivileged, and if the fifth lord is in the 12th house, then friends, what will happen? You may lose the prosperity that you have. Yes, there may be a deterioration in the level of prosperity that you had attained. Yes, the wealth and prosperity, and even the name and fame that you had earned, yes, you may even lose that if the fifth lord is in the 12th house, and if you're not using the 12th house energy in a positive way, then such a thing may happen, friends. You need to use the 12th house energy in a positive way. Then the fifth lord in the 12th house will definitely give you good results. Otherwise, friends, even your children or your child may have to encounter, because 12th house is the house of loss. So what will happen? Your child may have to suffer any kind of loss in life, that also you can say. Or maybe if you have a child, your child will get separated from you. The child will be separated from you. The child will go to some foreign land maybe. So if the fifth lord is in the 12th house, then there is a possibility that your child may go away from you. That the child may, settle down in some foreign land and may go there either for education or after marriage or for job. Your child may be separated from you because your child may settle down in a foreign land. So there is also an indication. If the fifth lord is in the 12th house. If the fifth lord is in the 12th house, there is also an indication that you may never have a child even. Because 5th house is the house of child and 12th house is the house of loss. So you may not have a child. Or maybe you have gone through some miscarriage. You had conceived, but then unfortunately there was a miscarriage. That can also happen if the 5th lord is in the 12th house. The loss of child. So friends, we need to understand that even if the fifth lord is in a house which is otherwise considered to be malefic, like 12th house is considered to be a malefic house, though I personally believe it is not malefic. It is a beautiful house. It is the house of spirituality. It is the house of spiritual liberation, of moksha. So we need to use that 12th house energy. Yes, 12th house is also connected to meditation, friends. So you need to do meditation. If the fifth lord is in the 12th house, it is a very good placement for you to do any kind of meditation, friends. You can meditate upon the name of that deity you worship. You can do any kind of mantra. Either you can do a Vedic mantra, a Bij mantra, or you just meditate upon the name of that particular god or goddess or divine energy that you believe in, irrespective of whichever religion you profess. Irrespective of whichever religion you belong to, friends, just believe in that divine energy and get connected with that divine energy and chant the name of that, of that power, of that divine power, and you will be able to attain, spiritual knowledge, and that will eventually help you, if you regularly practice meditation or if you do some yoga. Yes, yoga enables your body, mind and soul to remain fit and healthy. So if you do yoga, if you do meditation, if you chant that mantra which you believe in, or if you chant the name of your Almighty, if you chant the name of the divine energy that you worship, then eventually you'll be able to attain spiritual liberation. There will be, a growth in your spiritual knowledge, and you will be able to attain spiritual liberation in this lifetime. So friends, actually I would say the 5th Lord in the 12th house is a wonderful placement. So friends, that's all I wanted to tell you today about, the results that the 5th Lord will give you or can give you if it is placed in all these different houses of your birth chart. So friends, see you next time with another interesting topic on astrology. Till then friends, take care and see you soon. Bye.